Can you all hear me?
Loud and clear.
All right, excellent. All right, first and foremost, I welcome you all and thank you, Hakeem, for having me for this really important topic. I welcome you to turn on your camera so I can put a name to a face if you're not camera shy. So I saw Ed and Val's here. I saw Casey's here. I saw John's here. I saw Stephanie. I saw her room, but I'm sure she'll come back sometime. I saw Carolyn. I saw, let's see, who else do I see? Gabriel, yeah, you are one of my students, right? So what I am asking you all is I am asking you, if you're not camera shy, turn on your camera. I want to see the energy, the fade, all that really energized me. And then also I ask that you share your name, okay? And then tell us your role. Either you are my student, a student of the EMBA program, a faculty, a business owner, entrepreneur. Either you are professional, climbing the corporate ladder, or you are just a community guest. And what do you want to get out of this webinar? Okay, so Casey, I'm sorry, Hakeem, would you mind monitor the chat, while I'm doing this? And
Absolutely.
And then I'm gonna give everybody 1 minute to do introduction, okay? And then I will do a couple of shout out. And then what I am going to do also, I'm gonna drop my information with my social media, okay? So I'm all platform. I'm on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. And I welcome you to connect with me or follow me on my social media because I have a giveaway at the end of the session. So I'm gonna give you 30 more seconds, okay? One thing that I would want to let you know that this session is recorded, okay? And it will be later shared with the community. Your microphone is muted to reduce the background noises so that we can get the best recording capacity. But if you have a question, what you can do, you can raise your hand, okay? And to make sure that you're not falling asleep on me, so why don't you raise your hand so that I know what you're doing? So Hakeem, why don't you demonstrate how to raise the hand? So you go all the way to the top, and then there's a hand raise right next to the react button. Okay, all right, very good. Now take your hand out, please. So that's how we know that you have a question and we can address you. Also, I want to ask you if you know how to do the react button. So if you agree something with me, what I'm asking you to do is give me either a thumb, a heart. So why don't we do that to make sure you know how to navigate the team environment. All right. Okay, it's all good. So we have lots and lots of introduction. Thank you so much, everybody, for being engaging, and for the people who come late. If you're not camera shy, like I said, I welcome you to turn on your camera. You can do it from your end. You don't need Hakeem or my help to do it, okay? All right, so let's jump right in because I have exactly 45 minutes and I really want to give you the best out of this 45 minutes. So hello everybody again. My name is it's Cathy Trinh. So I will be deliver the last presentation for the EMBA Executive Coach, and the title is Leadership Reinvented, Emotional Intelligence and DISC Strategy for Executive. About me, I am the founder and CEO of Trinh Consultant Group. I'm also a business professor for Tarrant County College. I see I have a lot of my students in this session, so thank you for being here. I am affiliated with the Alternative Board. It stands for TAP. Okay, I'm certified as their facilitator and also for Staff Pro and High Map program. And then for my community give back, I have my own radio and podcast host on Radio Saigon Dallas 1160 AM. And for any of the EMBA alumni potential, I am the very first cohort of the Executive MBA at UT Arlington, and my cohort was the class of 2007. So that's almost 20 years ago, okay? All right, so I always start my presentation with my story of my humble beginning. So let me see if I can enlarge this. Hakim, can you see it bigger?
Yes, I see it.
All right. So in my, so this is a picture of me and my family. So here on the left-hand side is my mother and my little brother, and the right-hand side is my dad and me as a little girl. So I grew up in Vietnam in a house with no running water and no electricity. And the reason I share that with you is to tell you the lack of resource and the extreme poverty that I came from, not to make you feel bad about me or feel sorry for me, is to tell you it doesn't matter where you come from, how lack of the resource that you have. When I immigrate to the United States with exactly $300 in early 2000, I had no resources. I was an immigrant. I was a woman. I was a minority. I had absolutely no connection. And then with tremendous hard work, I got into banking. I built a career in banking and mortgage, and then got accepted to the executive EMBA. And then I thought that I finally got a break. But guess what happened in 2008? There's something called financial crisis, and I got laid up from my banking job with over $100,000 in student loan. Um, okay, so that is my story and all the up and down. I'm a fast forward to nowadays. It took me a couple decades to get to where I am right now. But now I'm a self-made millionaire. I work as a professor and I own my own business. And throughout my career, I have won many, many awards, such as the American SBDC Award, the TCC Chancellor Award. I got featured on many TV and radio shows, and I was the judge of the Forward Business Plan competition. And here is a little bit about me with my family. So you get to know me as a human being with family and children. So I've been married to my husband for 20 years. So this year will be 20 years we've been together. We have two children, Brandon and Patrick, and here's some of my hobby. So to make sure that you're listening. So who's in this group like cooking? Raise your hand. Okay, all right, I saw Val, okay, and I saw Hakim. Oh, I didn't know that you like cooking also, Hakim. Maybe we can exchange recipe.
Oh, I'm from
Who
New
in this
Orleans. I
group
have to like
like
cooking.
travel? Raise your hand. Okay, I saw 5 people. Okay, Jody. And then who in this group like, let's say yoga? Anybody like yoga? We can take a yoga class together. Okay, Yuan raised her hand. All right, welcome, Yuan. And also the last hobby that I like is biohacking. And I can share more of that later on. All right, so enough about me and my story. Let's move on to why do I strongly believe in emotional intelligence and this. So I'm gonna go back to the memory lane, okay? So this is the picture of my executive MBA class, the first cohort, and we graduated in December 2007, okay? So when I was a little girl, okay, everybody told me, Cathy, do well in school, be the best student, and you will get a good job, and everything will work out. So I was always the best student in my class, and same with the EMBA. And when I entered the EMBA program, this is what I observed. And you will put in a chat if you agree or not, okay? So this is what I saw. I saw that the one who had the best grade actually not the one who make the most money or have the highest status. Okay, so do you agree or not? Put agree, disagree, and it is a matter of your opinion. Okay, so okay, Billy say agree, Ian say agree, Stephanie say agree. All right. So you guys listening, you guys not falling asleep on me. And again, if you're not camera shy, turn on your cameras because I get energy from seeing your beautiful smiling face. Okay, all right. So I'm like, huh. So it looks like that working hard on my academic is not really everything. And by the way, if you are my TC student, I never say that go and get a C or F on your class, okay? It's still important. What I'm saying is you still have to pass your class. You still have to do well in your academic career, but you still have to work on your emotional intelligence, okay? All right, so let's talk about what in the world is emotional intelligence and how is it different with intellectual intelligence. So I saw two people raise their hand, Yuan and Hakeem. You want to have something to say, or you just forgot to take your hand off?
I took it off. For some reason, I'm not sure if it's still there, but mine is off.
Okay, excellent. All right. All right, so let's start with IQ. So everyone know about IQ, right? So what in the word IQ? In layman term, IQ is your ability to think, to analyze, and solve problem. So people with a high IQ, they tend to understand complex information quickly. They think logically. They process data very fast. They focus on tasks and detail, and they excel at technical or analytical roles. Did you hear me say technical or analytical roles? Okay. So a high IQ will help you or your organization solve the problem. But, and I used to have really high IQ, but IQ alone does not help you to lead people. Okay. So now that we understand with high IQ, I'm gonna move on to the next one, which is EQ. So what is EQ? All right. So high EQ, so EQ stands for emotional intelligence. So here is the people with high EQ. They tend to, when they enter a room, they just learn how to read the room. Okay. They can listen very deeply. They can stay calm in conflict. They can come in and meet with somebody brand new, and they can build trust relationship like instantly. And they influence people without forcing. When they lead people, they can create safety and belonging, and they make people feel seen and valued. Have you ever come across people like that? Yes, put yes in the chat. Okay. All right. So Yun say yes. All right. Thank you for engaging. Casey said yes. Caroline said yes. Eric said yes. So high EQ will help you solve the people problem. Okay. Which in leadership is often the big problem. And why should you work on your high EQ? Well, study has said that high EQ professional can earn $29,000 more annually. So I don't know about you, but it's something that can help me earn $29,000 more. I'm gonna work on it, okay? And also, 90% of top performers have high emotional intelligence, okay? All right. So I am having Hakeem to manage the chat. So you have a question, put it there, and then we'll get to your question, or you can raise your hand, okay? And for the people who come late, if you are not camera shy for the last time, I invite you to turn on your camera so that I can see your beautiful smiley face. All right, so now let's go to the next slide. So here's my favorite insight. High IQ will get you in the door, okay? But if you have high EQ, it will determine how far can you rise. And where did I come up with this statement? So disclosure, I'm not a psychologist, okay? I'm a professor in business management entrepreneurship, and I have coached over 350 business owners in my consulting career. And I have worked in different industries. So I shared with you earlier, and there will be a quiz on that, okay? So you have to remember, okay? I started in mortgage and moved to banking, moved in financial industry, consulting, education, nonprofit, and now owning my own business. So I have worked in multiple different industry and sector, and some of the company I work for is the Fortune 100 company. And here's my observation. It doesn't matter which sector you coming from. It doesn't matter which country you come from. I have lived in Vietnam. I have lived in the United States. And my observation is most of the time, the leader, they fail, not because they don't have the technical skill, okay? Or not because they don't know what to do. They fail because they don't know how to navigate the emotion, the personality, the conflict, and the blind spot. And most of our problem in business, and guess what? Personal life are not technical problem. I call it the rule of 80-20. As a matter of fact, I am also a personal finance coach. And personal finance, 80% is definitely psychology. Only 20% is a technical. So if you agree with that, put yes. And then I see Sam put a comment, which I will read that Sam, this is what you wrote. Work on high EQ can help you pivot between leadership and management, when to wear which hat as a leader, and when you need to manage system and processes. Well said. Thank you so much, Sam. Everybody give him a heart. You know how to give a heart to Sam, right? Give your heart, Sam. All right, so now we know that emotional intelligence, right? But how in the world that you grow your emotional intelligence? Okay, so today, there are actually many tools and way, but I have 45 minutes and the clock ticking. So today I'm gonna give you one tool, and that tool is called the DISC Personality Style Assessment. Okay, so here's come your the DISC assessment. So I saw that we have 40 people in the room. Who in this room had taken the DISC Personality Style Assessment before? Put yes in the chat, please. So Hakim did one. I know that because I ran it for him. Ed put yes. Uyun say yes. Oh, quite a lot of people put yes. And Hakim, you can say the chat for me, right? I want to go back and go talk to these people. All right. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to, for the rest of you who haven't taken this before and you have no idea what I'm talking about, I am a visual person, so I found the perfect resource for you. So I am inviting you to watch the 3-minute video about this, okay? So Hakim, tell me if the sound play from your end, okay?
Okay.
Actually, I think I had to stop sharing and share again, include the sound.
Okay, so we've
Yep, we're good.
Is it? Okay.
established that everyone is different, right? But here's the cool thing. They are predictably different. Okay, so we've established that everyone is different, right? But here's the cool thing. They are predictably different. We all are. And because of that, we can actually predict how people will act or react in a given situation. Our world is made up of 4 types of people. There's dominant, or the D style, influencing, which is the I style, steady, or the S style, and compliant, the C style. Generally speaking, those are the personality types of the people you interact with every day. And I'll let you in on a little secret. You're one of them. Let's take a look. We've all been waiting on an elevator and seen the girl who presses the button, steps back and looks at the button again, then presses it again, and again and again. Yeah, that's a D style. She has places to go and people to see. She's probably always in a hurry, so then she'll tap and hold the button frustrated, thinking she can actually make it move faster. D styles are dominant, direct, and results-driven people who want to control their environment and then do something to make a difference in their world. Now, let's take a look at the I style. She is Talky Talkerton. Once the doors open to the elevator, she's the one who turns around and starts talking to nobody in particular about pretty much anything. She's an influencer. When the elevator stops, she's the jokester who quips, "Third floor, lingerie, enjoy your day." Now, not all I styles are cheesy people who tell mom jokes all the time, but you see what I mean. I's draw energy from people and love to engage. Now, here comes little Miss C style. She's the quiet one. She's kind of off to the side, standing in the front of the elevator, looking at the plaque that reads, "Maximum weight, 2,500 pounds. She's calculating body weight. Uh-oh, if one more person gets on, we're gonna go down. She's on a schedule, but she's allowed herself plenty of time. She's compliant, she knows the rules, obeys the rules, and wants everyone else to do the same. Look at her, how cute. Enter the S personality. She's stable, steady, and keenly aware of her surroundings. She wants everyone to be happy, and she thinks it's her job to make it so. She's the one holding the elevator door open to make sure everyone who wants to get on can do so at their leisure. Meanwhile, Miss D's in the back huffing and puffing about needing to get to her meeting. The S will even take the stairs if there's not enough room for Miss I, who keeps everyone waiting while she finishes her mocha latte frappuccino thing. Harmony and steadiness are a big deal to the S. As a leader, it's important to know these DISC styles so you can begin to better understand the people around you. It's also important to understand that we are all a blend of these styles. Sure, we can adapt those blends based on our environment, or when a specific situation calls for one style over the other. But more often than not, we've all got to accept our DISC and learn to live, work, and play and accept these basic truths. So there you have it. We're all different, but we are predictably different.
Okay, how you like the video? You enjoyed it? So why the video is playing? I've been asking you, and it's like some of you is actually already taken the disc before, and also Sam said he taken Myers-Briggs and other. So Sam, there are multiple personality assessment out there. Okay, I have taken the Myers-Briggs, the Trend Finder, Enneagram, you name it. But I personally, okay, I like this the most, and I will tell you why. All right, so let's go back to my presentation. So the very first thing is I want you to know that people, most of the time they are blend of four style, but they will always have a dominant, for me, I am a strong D and I, okay? And then here's a four style. D stands for dominance. So people who have a dominant style, they are direct, they're result-oriented, and an archetype for that style is Donald Trump, our president, okay? The next type is I as influence, and you already saw it's enthusiastic, people focus, and an archetype for that is Robin Williams. The next one is S, it stands for steadiness. So those people, they're very supportive, they're very patient, and the archetype for that is Mother Teresa. And lastly, the C type. And I call this the engineer type. And it stands for either compliance or essay in the chart is conscientiousness. So either way is good. So those people, they tend to be analytical, they're detail-oriented, and the perfect textbook case study is Spock. We all know Spock, right? It's put yes. All right. So I think I had to go to this slide because okay. So before I go and analyze each style, I want to let you know that every single person in this room, we all have all four styles to varying degree, okay? But if you understand your time, it will really help you to reduce conflict. Another thing that I need you to remember, there are no good or bad style. Are you with me so far? So don't ever label a style like, oh, C is the I, so C behave that way. No, don't do that, okay? And then never like compare your style to other people's style. Every style come with the strength and the weaknesses. Do we agree on that? Yes, put yes, please, before I move on. I cannot move on until you agree with me on this, okay? So number one, do not label people. Number two, there are no good or bad style, or there are no better or worse, okay? All right, so who resonate with dominant style, put it on the chat, and I will start with me. My dominant style is my predominant trait in my personality, and then Uyen said that, and Cassandra. Okay, excellent. All right. So what is about those people, as you can see in the video, right? So those people with the dominant style as the D, they tend to be ambitious. They very decisive. They are result oriented, and they always challenge the status quo. Okay, and I coach a lot of entrepreneurs, and most entrepreneurs that I coach, that's usually their style. Okay, most CEOs also that use that their style. And what motivates them is they love authority. Okay, they love to win. They are extremely competitive, and they are very efficient, and they love speed. Okay, they just move. All right. For the D style people, do you resonate with that? Yes, put yes in the chat, and I don't mind if you don't. Okay. All right. Okay. So Billy's put yes, Win put yes, Ed put yes. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next style. All right. So the next one is influence. I think the word influencer from the social media economy come from this. So those influence type, they tend to be optimistic, they're very enthusiastic, they're very persuasive. These are great salespeople, okay? They're great communicator. They really drive from building relationships and being around people. So you can tell that I have a strong I style in my personality also, right? I've been asking you to turn on your camera. I've been asking you to engage with me. And if anybody in this room also resonate with that, put in I'm an I, okay? So what motivates those people? So they love recognition, they love approval, they love social interaction, they love influencing others. All right, so Jacob put I'm an I style. Also, Carolyn said I'm an I. All right. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, so the next one is steadiness. So those people who is the S side, you can tell that they're really patient, they're very reliable, they are a great team player, they value harmony. And what motivates them is a very stable environment, loyalty to the company. They love to help others, and they love to be a part of the team. So who resonate with S? Put it in there. Say, I'm an S. Okay, so John said, I'm an S side. Okay. All right. And lastly, this is my favorite one, by the way, because my husband is a pure C compliant. And I call these people, they are engineer people. Okay. So those people, they are extremely logical. They are analytical. Remember, the archetype for these people is Spock. So if you ever watch Star Trek, you know what Spock, right? Have you ever seen Spock smile or get excited? They are systematic thinker. They follow procedure. So what motivates those people is quality assurance. They love process, they love structure, and they love to be independent. So I see that Kenya said I'm a strong S, but also a C. And then Alana, I'm an SC. Sam said, okay. So how do we communicate with its profile? Okay. So if you are communicating with me, I am a D style, okay? So when you communicate, you don't want to ramble, okay? Those people with the D style, they are very direct, they very brief, they focus on the result. So the motto is be short, be brief, be gone. So they're not trying to be rude to you. That's who they are, okay? But with the I, you had to spend time to build relationship. You had to be warm and fuzzy and friendly with them, okay? But if you talk with the SI, you had to be patient. You had to ask for their opinion. And then if you work with the C side, they don't care to build a relationship with you. I mean, nothing has to do with you, okay? They just want to be accurate. So you want to give them all the facts and all the detail, okay? To help them to build the best relationship with you. All right. So we all talk about the key insight, okay? So again, there are no better or worse style. Every style is valuable to a team. And do not ever label people, okay? So the reason why I ask you to never ever label people, because we as a human, we all have somewhat, like we have all the four styles. It's just that one area can be stronger, okay? And for example, I'm gonna show you the graph, okay? So this is when you come to us and you do a DISC assessment, you will see a bar graph and it's color coded with I love. So D is red, and then it come from 0 to 100. So if you got like this person got like 40, 38 in which means they tend to be like not as dominant, but then you can see the I is really high, like 80 something. Okay, so that would be their dominant style. All right. And then Sam also put that I have a manager who's a high D and high C. I had to be very direct and detail-oriented with her with my reports information. Okay, thank you so much, Sam. You did resonate with what I said, right? So one thing that I really love about the DISC that we offer here at our organization is they have two styles, okay? So on the right side, you see the natural style. And this natural style, I don't think it will ever change. You are who you are, okay? And this is when that you are pretty much like who you are and you can be yourself. But when you go out in the world to go to a job and because of the job requirement, you have something called the adaptive style. Are you with me so far? Any question about that? So I am going to my own example. Actually, remember I told you guys that I used to work in banking? Okay, so who remember all the industry I have worked? Put it in the chat. Remember, I said there will be a quiz, so you have to remember. All right, so I am a high D and I, But when I used to work in banking is a very structured, very high C because we run a lot of number, a lot of spreadsheet, a lot of financial. I didn't thrive in that environment but I would be able to do the job because I tried to adapt my style to that environment. Does it make any sense? So, okay, so Yuan said banking, finance, teacher, CEO, nonprofit. Great job, Yuan. Thank you for listening. She's a great listener. Same with Wooly. All right, so to help you guys understand also what it means to be a natural style and adaptive style, I asked Hakim, our executive MBA director, to allow me to use his DISC profile. And this is his style. And if you pay attention, so this is a very, very even out for the natural and adaptive, which means that Hakim is very aligned with his job, okay? But if you notice, like on the natural style, his I score is 68, right? Which is pretty high already. But for adaptive style, for him to do his job as executive director at the MBA, it ranked all the way up to 76. So it would mean that he had to be more outgoing to really go out in community to be able to do his job effectively. Is that right, Hakim?
That is absolutely correct.
Right. So this is, and that just so you know, there are no perfect like match. There are no certain. I have reviewed a lot of this over the year, and then, but if I can see something like let's say 20, but then all the adaptive style is like 80, then I know that this person not aligned. But does that explain how alignment mean to you? If yet, put yes. Okay, I don't see any put yes. So do I need to explain it again? Okay. All right. So why you need to know this? Because for your personal professional development, okay, if you're doing some job, and even if you are capable of doing that, but at the end of the day, you come home and you're exhausted and you drain, maybe that job is not a good fit for you. Maybe you need to go to your manager and say, you know what, I can do the job, but I'm not enjoying it. Can we design the job that will fit with my strength? Okay. And also, what does it mean for business owner? You need to develop the job, you know, and you have to know what does it take to get the job done well, and you to hire the right people for the job. Okay. So I'm gonna throw in a couple case study, and I need you to pay attention because there will be a grain on that. Okay. All right, so the case study number one. So I'm gonna read the case study to you, and I call the case study "I can't do this anymore" moment. Okay, and when I read it, I want you to decide if this person and D and I and F and C. Okay, based on the behavior. So this case study will teach you, because in real life you can never go to anybody and say, "Hey, can you tell me your this style?" They're not certain, right? Last time I checked, I know certain. Most people haven't done this, just so you know, okay? But what I'm teaching you is based on people behavior. You can spot it, okay? If you observant and like, so I'm gonna read the case study. Okay, so here's the situation. David, he run fast and hard. His operation manager, Maria, is loyal, steady, and deeply committed to the team. For months, David pushed deadline, raised his voice to Maria, and changed direction midweek. Maria absorbed quickly until the day she broke down in tears in the conference room. She whispered, "I feel like nothing I do is ever enough." So she wasn't quitting the job. She was quitting the relationship. So the first question, what this style is David and what this style is Maria? Enter your answer in the chat. Okay. So Ed put D and S. Anybody else? Okay. Oh, wow. You guys are really, really good students.
And Edward was pretty fast. It's like he knew what you were asking as you was asking it. It was pretty.
All right. So again, these are not bad people, right? David's not a bad boss. Okay, I just want you know, people are passionate about their job. They want to get the job done. They're just not compatible. They don't understand this other side. So what do? How do we help them? Okay. So if we reverse, if we let them do the this, if they have a debrief with me, then what I will coach them is that David, you are D. So the D people, they move fast, they loud, they commanding, they bossy. So for David, he need to slow down his tone, okay, and his pace. He had to provide advance notice before he changed plan. He had to check the workload instead of assume that the Marie can take it. And become Marisa S would mean they value harmony, okay? So she had to communicate, she had to be better at keeping boundary. She had to ask for clarity, and she had to share the emotional kill instead of just hiding it, and then break down it one day. All right. So if we can help them and coach them through those behavior, then they will reduce the stress, and then they will learn that pushing harder than leadership. It's better to be a good listener. Okay, so let's go to the next case study. All right. So this is a case study that I quick email at 11:47 p.m. This title cracked me up all the time. Okay, so listen very carefully, okay? All right, here's the situation. Jasmine, she leads with passion, ideas, and enthusiasm. Her senior analyst, Robert, leads with logic, accuracy, and structure. For months, Jasmine dumped last-minute ideas on him. Let's change the entire client program. The new direction, can you redo the spreadsheet by the morning? Trust me, it will all work out. Guess what? It didn't work out. Robert finally sent an email at 11:47 p.m. This is what he wrote. I can't succeed in an environment with no structure, no clarity, and constant reward. Please accept my resignation. All right, so here's the question. What this style is Jasmine and Robert? Put your answer in the chat. Wow. That's a great group of people. My God, you just learned about this like what 10 minutes ago, and you're an expert. So let me ask you a question. When you work in your workforce, or you interact people with friends, now you can see the different behavior. Can you really spot them? And remember, not to compare that you're better than them, not to label them, but to understand their behavioral pattern. Yes or no? Put yes in the chat, please. So how do we coach them? Anybody is an HR manager in this room, by the way? All right, so this is what we will coach them. We will have them to do a DISC assessment, okay? And then for Jasmine, what I had to do with her is I would say, you know what? I know you and you have always have a new idea, but you had to limit your new idea. And you had to schedule brainstorming time with your people instead of throw stuff at them, okay? And then whatever idea you have a written expectation instead of expect them know how to read your mind, right? And then you also have to respect your employee need for stability and predictability. You cannot just throw the stuff at them at the last minute. That is like a perfect trade of the I style. Okay, but for the C style, he has to communicate what he needs. He had to share the risk instead of waiting to be asked, and he had to provide structured updates so that he can guide the I energy. And if we can do all that, guess what? Everybody happy. Robert can withdraw his resignation, the person is strengthened, and the project becomes smoother, faster, and more predictable. Okay. So any question for this so far? No? All right. Okay. So now that we understand that this personal style, and I'm sorry, I didn't realize it's already 6:17, so I go a little bit faster. You guys forgive me, okay? So this is the slides for you with different style when you see yourself and how you perceive yourself. But then under stress and overextension is how people perceive you, okay? So if you see yourself quiet, but others may perceive you as disengaged, then you probably an S, okay? If you are conscientious, but others perceive you as fussy, you probably a C. If you really in charge and you do everybody a favor by taking the leadership, but all the people perceive you to be dominating, I am at fault, okay? I got that sometime. You definitely a D. And you try to convincing people, try people to believe in you, but then other people might perceive you either as con artist or then you might be an I. All right, so with that, I am going to the very next thing that I love. So now we can spot the DISC, within 5 minutes, right? You already learned how to do that. But do you know that one thing I love about our DISC assessment, and I know there's quite a lot of people in this room already take the DISC. Have you taken in your DISC? Have you had taken something called driving forces? Okay, and put yes. You have no idea what I'm talking about, then put no. Either way is fine. Okay, so I'm waiting for reply. All right, So S said yes, and Stephanie said no, and then Say said no. Okay, all right. So I also had Hakim permission to put his driving force in there, and I'm sorry, it looked really, really busy. Okay, and I know you can barely read it, but it looked like this. It had 12 different areas. Okay, so the model is this is the how, and you can spot this personality style, within 5 minutes. Okay, but have you ever wondered, like, why do people behave like that? Okay, what motivates them? So the driving force is really what behind the this, what really the why people behave the way they are, and what motivates them. Okay, so I'm a you Hakim. Okay, and I don't have time to go through all through 12 of them, so I'm gonna pick like 3. All right, so Hakim, on the left hand side you will see his top highest score. Okay, so I'm gonna pick 2, commanding, what is his score. So if you see the number in the middle, like this is the standard deviation of the population who take it. So the standard deviation is 49, which is like in the middle, right? But Hakim's score is 71, right? So Hakim, this is one of your highest score. So what commanding mean? Would mean that those people, they value started recognition and control over personal freedom. So again, those people will be the entrepreneurial type, the CEO, the manager. And again, I never want you guys to ever label and say, oh, this is bad, that's good. Then remember, there are no good or bad. Every quality is a good quality as long as we know to take it to our advantage. So what motivates Hakim? Well, give him a title. So anybody in here is like in HR, if you work with Hakim, what do you do with him? Since he value commanding. Give him a lot of authority. Give him ability to make decision. Give him the corner office. Give him a title. Those people, they try on that. Okay. All right. The next one that I always take a look at the people I work with, the entrepreneur time, is resourceful. Okay. So what resource means that they and Hakim's score is 60. Okay, would mean that he really value practical result. He efficient. He got return on investment on time, talent, energy. And the average of US of the population is 42, but then Hakim is 60. So one thing I noted from coaching hundreds and hundreds of entrepreneurs is the higher score, the more likely that they're able to make their business successful. Are you with me so far? All right. And then here's one for fun. Since I see that some of my coworker from the TCC and my student there. So here is the intellectual, and Hakim's score is 22. So the last thing I want you to do is think, oh, Hakim, he's not intellectual. He's not very smart. No, that's not how it is, okay? So what intellectual mean? Intellectual is the love for learning just for the sake of learning. Are you with me so far? I'm taking myself for example. I'm a professor, right? I'm around those people all the day. They love to learn just for the sake of learning. But Hakim, because his score is lower, so every learning had to serve a purpose, right, Hakim? Otherwise, he's not going to waste his time to learn just to learn. So the reason why I want to share this with you, because I used to work in nonprofit and academic environment that people try, the HR, they try to throw money at us like a way to motivate us. But remember, those people, they're not motivated by money. They motivate by intellectual. So how do you motivate them? Instead of give them money, you say, oh, if you do a good job, we send you for, another class for you to take. There are people who actually love to take a class. We will allow you to take another degree. There are people who actually love to take a degree. Lots of people in this room actually, and that's how you motivate them. But if you don't know what motivates them, then you give them the wrong carrot. Okay, so this is really important to understand what motivates people. All right, so I have 7 minutes left, and if I don't go through all this, I think I'm gonna go to the end. I'm sorry, guys. All right, so how do you reward? It's this guy. If you have a D, okay, in your team, then you want to give them another mountain to climb. Those people, they love goal, they love challenge. Let them live it. They don't want a party, they want a mission, okay? But if they're an I, then say, hey, if you hit the cell goal, I throw you a party. Those people, they love recognition, they love applause, they have energy, celebration. They love when the work feel joyful and connected. Well, if they're an S, then you want to do something for their team because it's all about harmony and support their team, and they value when the people is careful. But if you want to see, like my husband, then leave them alone. They need quiet, they need clarity, and they need zero chaos. Okay, quiet is their love language. Okay, agree? Put yes. So with all
Cathy,
that,
really fast.
I'm sorry.
I just want to add. I think Carlos had his hand up, and then I know Sam had his hand up as well.
Okay.
Right.
I'm gonna pause right here, and if we don't go through everything, who cares, right? Go ahead, Sam.
Are you able to unmute yourself, or is there something I have to do? Let's see.
And Sam, if you cannot unmute yourself, you can put in the chat, and I can read it to the whole group. Okay. And y'all, if you haven't connected with me on my social media, I'm gonna put my profile again. Connect with me because there will be a giveaway at the end. Okay. Oh, so Sam said, can we get a copy of PowerPoint? Absolutely, yes.
Oh, I unmuted myself. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that was my question.
All right, excellent. Okay, so I'm sorry there's so much more valuable information, but we have 5 minutes left, so I got to go to the end, okay? So with all this information, how do we have as an organization? So like I said, I am, if you're a student, I teach at TCC, you can join my class, but also I also own my business, Trend Consultant. I could put my information in the chat. You click on that, you'd have all my information. Follow me on my social media. So what we do, the very first thing we do is one-on-one coaching, okay? So I do coach people on their leadership and a bunch of all the topics. But our flagship product is CEO Bar. So anybody who own a business or CEO of your own company, put yes in there. And then we can do it a CEO Bar for local in Tarrant County or global, okay? And then we offer multiple training program. We offer a very, very special program called HiMAP. It's called High Impact Manager Accelerator Program. As a matter of fact, and Ed in this room, and Ed is one of the trainer. And then we also offer Strap Pro when we come in your corporation and we have the leader align execute. And we use this in all of our coaching or training product, okay? All right, so let's see. Sam, you have a question for me? Oh, you forgot to take your hand off.
Sorry, yeah, no. You meant, hold on, that question that I asked, you guys are going to be able to send the PowerPoint, you said, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, all right.
Happy to do that.
My hand just
We'll
stayed
give
up
it
for
to
some reason. I
Hakeem
don't know
and he
why.
can email it to you guys.
Okay.
Or you can connect with me with the social media, you know, with your email. All right. So if you are one of the entrepreneurs and you would like to join my tab bar to show your challenge and share growth strategy, here's a QR code. I know Willie is in here. Willie will be at one of my event, but for the rest of you, you need a phone, okay? And then you can scan it and then you can fill it out right there. And I'm gonna give you 1 second to do that, okay? All right. And then if you want to meet with me in person, okay, I actually do have an event in person on February 20th. It's free, lunch is provided. I will put the link in the chat for you to give me 1 second to do that. And that event will be Lunch and Learn. And I will talk about business funding 101 for small business. Okay, I'm gonna fast forward to closing remarks. So first, I would like to thank our exceptional executive MBA program director Hakeem Sim for inviting me to present this important topic. I would like to go show my gratitude to local media for this topic. And I want to show my appreciation for everyone who participated. And this is my closing remark. Leadership is not about being the smart person in the room, okay? It is all about bringing out the best in the people that you lead. But don't go away yet. There's still stuff to do. All right, so I ask that you scan this QR code, okay, and fill out the evaluation survey. And while you doing that, I will go and find it, and I can put it in the chat. I apologize, I don't have it on the top of me right now. So give me 1 second, let me go find it. And then but I'm gonna give it, and I will give you guys maybe 30 seconds to do it. It's only 5 questions. It takes 30 seconds. You all can give me 30 seconds, right? You know that I worked the whole day for this presentation, so you can give me 30 seconds, right? Are you guys available to do it? Does it work?
Are you sharing your? We're supposed to be sharing your screen right now.
Is it sharing enough?
No, I don't see.
Oh, no wonder why I'm like, why is so Hakeem, I think something crazy happened, but I don't have the ability to share anymore. This is what I don't understand what happened. But I will put. So I will put the form in the chat. That's never happened before. The share button is okay. Okay, so. Okay. But everybody got the link for evaluation in the chat, right? Okay, all right. All right, so I'm gonna give you 30 seconds to put in the evaluation. And oh, okay, now it worked. Thank gosh. I almost have a heart attack. All right, so if you love the session, and if the session resonate with you and if you benefit from the session, I would love for you to give it a quick review on Google. You can scan the QR code, it will take you to my Google profile. It will take you 5 seconds to do that. But what it really do is really help me to get out the important message and get people to know about what we do, all the great work we do for the community. Okay, so I'm gonna give you 5 seconds for that. All right. But again, don't go away yet. Okay, I have a giveaway at the end. So who in here who would like a DISC assessment and an hour debrief with me to help you to work on your relationship? Okay, so if you are interested in that, then what I ask you is connect with me either on LinkedIn or follow me on Instagram or Facebook. Okay, and I would like you to post one insight from today, and you need to tag me and UTA EMBA. So Hakeem, would you please drop the link for UTA EMBA, LinkedIn, or Facebook, or Instagram in there? And the deadline is tomorrow, okay, 5 p.m. So I want to give you like a whole day to do that. All right. And then I will announce the winner on February the 2nd. Maybe I will, put a video of me doing that. Just for fun. All right. Okay. So I end exactly at 6:31. So the session is ended, but I will stay here as long as possible for any question you might have. Thank you everybody for attending.
Yes, thank you everybody for attending. Again, this closes out our executive coaching series for 2026. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you attended some of our other ones, I'm excited to hear back from you. Let me know kind of, which ones you enjoyed, which one you want to hear more of. I know a lot of our coaches didn't get to touch on everything. We do also like to switch out some of these topics sometimes. So again, this is an annual event we do in January every year. So again, follow us on LinkedIn. I'm going to put everything in the chat now so get information when we do it next time. But thank you guys for being here and enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay with you guys. Anybody want to stay and ask any question? I'm happy to stay and answer any question. Okay. So Willie, thank you. Thank you for being there. We'll see you on Tuesday. Eric, thank you. Connect with me on LinkedIn, okay, if you haven't done so. Sam, thank you so much for your engagement. I just love people with high energy like you in the room. Keep me going, man. And for my student, if you attend this event, what you have to do, you have to go to module 0, okay? And there's instruction how to you can post a discussion post about the event to earn extra credit, okay? Any question for me before we close it out?
I do have a question. I know I
Yes,
talk too
sir.
much, but I'm a high I. I'm like 100% I and 84% D, and then the rest are average. Put it that way. Conscientious a little low, but so I have a master's in business management. I got it at Azusa Pacific University in Southern California. quite a while ago. I live near the Dallas area now, but I want to be more involved with. I mean, I don't, I'm not part of the MBA program or anything, but I want to kind of be involved in seeing how I could kind of help from an angle on, with anything you guys might need. I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know how anybody could take that, but I'm just going to say it.
Well, we have the director right here.
Yes, definitely connect with me. I'm going ahead. The social media platform is going to be, I just put that in chat, but connect with me. I put my email information in the beginning of the chat when we first started. Connect with me. Let's have a meeting and let's talk about kind of what that looks like.
Okay. Can I find, you're on LinkedIn, of course.
Yes, I'm on LinkedIn.
Okay. Cause I'm more active on LinkedIn than Facebook, but I will find you on LinkedIn. Let me just take a picture of this real quick here, just so I have it anyways. Okay. I will reach out to you on LinkedIn if you don't mind.
Yes, no, absolutely. I just went ahead and added that into the chat now as well.
Oh, excellent. Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
And excellent. Wonderful. Looks good. You're definitely an I. All right.
Excellent. Any other questions? No, are we all good?
We're good.
So Hakeem,
Awesome.
should we
We're
close
good.
out the session?
Nice to meet you guys. It's been wonderful. Thank you, Trinh.
Thank
Nice to
you
meet
so much,
everybody.
Sam. Love having you,
Have a good
man.
one.
Keep coming.
I will. All right.
Awesome. Take care.
Bye, everybody.
Okay.